How awesome would it be if you could experience a life of heaven on earth as a veterinary professional? Now, I don't know about you, but that's something that I would absolutely love to do, and something that I'd love to achieve, and something that I do when I remember. I strive for that on a daily basis. And so I just want to offer a few things that have helped me and that I've been reminded of recently as to how do you actually live a life of heaven on earth. It's a cliche, but the first thing is it's something that must be done now and not a year from now, 10 years from now. I know that we're taught as kids and sometimes as adults that heaven is some big crystal palace in the sky somewhere with flowers and probably lots of butterflies and rainbows every day. But I believe that we can see heaven right here on earth and even in the veterinary profession. So the first thing is that we have to live it now, and we have to make a commitment we have to set the intention. I'm going to be the type of veterinary professional that lives a life of heaven on earth. The second thing is that we have to learn to see the beauty in everything. And, there are lots of challenges in life. There are lots of challenges within veterinary medicine. And sometimes it probably looks like we're in hell as opposed to heaven. But if we can learn to see the beauty in everything, even the most challenging of moments, then we can absolutely create a life where it feels like heaven on earth. The next thing that I was reminded of is that if you're going to live a life of heaven on earth, your family life and your family situation has to be tight. I mean, if you have discord in your family and a lot of conflict and there's a lot of resentment and just maybe anger, and if you're not feeling the love, whether it's with your kids or with your significant other, or maybe it's even a parent or a sibling, but if we aren't feeling that, then it makes it really hard because the people you are around on a daily basis, you have conflict with them. And my best guess is that if we're experiencing conflict with our family, then our perspective needs some work, which likely means that a lot of the other things in life that appear to be really negative, we're seeing them as negative things as opposed to growth opportunities, as opposed to the bad days being character building days. And so we must take action towards to creating the family environment and experience that we want to achieve. And I don't know about you, but me personally, I know that there's always more that I can do as it relates to myself and my family, and it's something that I'm always looking to improve upon. I fail often, but I'm always looking to make it better and to get it right the next go around. And I wish the same for you. If you're going to live a life of heaven on earth, you must remember to start your days off with that thought and to do it daily and multiple times a day to remind yourself that, hey, this is my heaven. When you're in the vet hospital, when you have a difficult case or a difficult surgery, remind yourself that you've somewhat created this experience for yourself, and it's something that you probably did want. And if not, then take actions to do something about that. You are powerful, and you can create the quality of life that you want for yourself. That's one thing I know for sure. If you're a veterinarian, if you're a licensed veterinary professional, whether you're RVT, CVT, LVT, you've already overcome so much to get to where you are now. And even if you're not a licensed professional, you know how to drive a car. There are a lot of things that you know how to do. And it's my belief, and I hope that it's your belief for you as well, that if there's something that you want to create for yourself, if there's something that you want to do, then that path has already been created and laid out for you. You need to dream it up, and then you need to take actions towards that. There are going to be signs everywhere leading you towards the knowledge and the information that you need to get to where you want to go, to create this life of heaven on earth. If it's something that you want to do, then I hate to use this type of wishy-washy esoteric language, but it comes from a book called The Alchemist. But I remember the guy is an old man. It's like some God figure or something. He said that when you really want something, the entire universe conspires to make that happen for you. And so if you really want to experience this life of heaven on earth, then everything is going to work in your favor. But we've got to have the right perspective and the right intention. If you're feeling stuck right now and you feel like there's no way possible I could be experiencing a life of heaven on earth anytime in the next 100 years because life's that bad for you, I'm here to tell you that sometimes you may need to just take a step back. Maybe you need a vacation. Maybe you need to meditate, but to give yourself a break from the hustle and bustle of everything and just relax, regroup, redefine, and from there create. And you will see that you have what it takes to create a life of heaven on earth for yourself. And the last two things I'm going to mention here are ways in which you can more quickly and more rapidly manifest that life that you want. The first one is through action, through massive action. And I talk about this all the time, but everything that's ever been intentionally manifested required some action. If you're a veterinarian, you had to take the action to get the experiences and to fill out the application and to do the loan and to go to the classes and to pass all those crazy tests and go in the anatomy lab and smell all that formalin all the time. You have to take that action in order to get the DVM. And if you want to live a life of heaven on earth, you're going to have to put in the action to get the body that you want. You're going to have to put in the action to get the financial picture that you want. You're going to have to put in the action to get that family cohesiveness and harmony that you want. But you already know how to take that action, and you know that too. And if you're listening to me right now, then you clicked this video. You clicked it. That was an action in and of itself. And this is a sign. One of those signs that I was talking about earlier. And here's the big thing. Just like if you found yourself listening to this video, and hopefully you've enjoyed it, the last thing I want to talk about is going with the flow. Life is more like floating down a river than it is climbing up a mountain. The good things are going to come to you. At some point, you're going to come to the end of that river and you'll find the heaven that you're looking for, or by default. But the beautiful part is that through your perspective and through the way you view life and through your intentions and your deliberations, and if you live consciously, that you can experience heaven the whole boat ride down the river. Everywhere you look, if you have the right perspective, you will see heaven everywhere. Even in the ugliest of parts of what you are experiencing right now, there's heaven in that. So I challenge you to go and to really think about what that life of heaven on earth would look like. Does it require millions of dollars? Does it require that you have six-pack abs after having 3 kids? What does that life look like for you? What would your family interactions and relationships look like? What would your veterinary career look like? Go, create. You know how to do that.